Hello guys, welcome back with Mr. Panda. Today I would like to review with you a brand new passive income tool that might be a great addition for your portfolio. The tool I would like to review today is called Concreit, and it is a real estate crowdfunding platform that enables anybody to invest in real estate from as little as $1. Now, I want to highlight when I'm saying able to invest in real estate, we are talking about private real estate. So pretty much any tool I'm highlighting today that allows you to invest in real estate, unless it is an app that you can use to trading stocks, it is going to be a private REIT. Now, anybody can invest in public REITs. You can literally go in and buy share or a part of a share from as little as $1 using a lot of the applications that allow you to buy fraction shares. Now, why I'm more excited about private REITs? For a very long time, if you want to invest in real estate outside of the stock market, you need to be one of the rich people, one of the 1% of America. And this is why it's always been harder for people to build wealth on the long term. Now, public REITs it have its own advantages, but take into consideration always when you invest in public REITs, despite of the fact that they have more transparency, they share more details, they have one bigger problem. The price of your actual REIT shares are determined by the real estate, by the stock market. So if there is fears coming to the market, your value can just crash hard. A great example was 2020. Again, I'm invested in both public and private REITs. The stocks that I had for public REITs got a huge hit last March when the market collapsed a little bit. I lost in some of these shares as much as 80% overnight. Just imagine if you buy a share for $100 and you wake up the next morning and it's $20, and that's if you're lucky. Some of them even lost more. So this can be a problem on the long term. Even a lot of these companies also had to start freezing their dividend because of what's happening to them and their fears as well from what's gonna come next. Compared to the money I invested in the private REITs, actually done very well despite of the pandemic and everything had took place. Again, not every private real estate company will be doing great. I know some of them struggled. A good example was Rich Uncle. It was a disaster, but honestly, it was a bad company. So I wasn't shocked when I heard, they destroyed the shares value of their own investors. The apps we are reviewing in this channel are focused on companies that, are to some level more established, have a better process, and they are not out there just, to sell shares and sell you a dream. We are focusing on companies that actually help you build passive income and wealth. Now, I believe Concreit fall under the same categories that of companies that can help you build wealth on the long term, and this is why I'm reviewing it today in my channel. It's important to highlight I'm not affiliated with Concreit in any way, shape, or form. As of the time I'm making this video, I'm not sponsored by them. I simply installed this application a couple of months ago. I thought it's really a good addition to my passive income tools, and I'm sharing with you guys. Now, I invested around $50. I started actually by 30 in January, and just last week or a week ago, I added $20 more. So you're gonna see I have around 21 cents as of the time I am making this video, addition, and a lot of this have to do with the fact that it takes them a long time for them to confirm my account, and I was frustrated by this part. So again, I think the application Concreit overall is providing a very interesting concept. Anybody can invest now from as little as $1. This is like unthought of just a decade ago, right? Even when the crowdfunding platform started, they went as low as $500. Happynest, I think, tried to bring it to $5. Those guys are trying to bring it to $1. So it's the private real estate, which is really a great opportunity for most people to be able to build that passive income, build wealth on the long term, is now accessible to all of us. And this is a great, especially for my generation, which is probably very hard for them to have enough money to buy our own houses and start investing by renting these houses and so on, right? These kind of apps allow us to have a more back approach where we just put our money in, let these companies manage it, and they have much more experience than I do, and bring us money. Now let's focus back on Concreit. Concrete, as I highlighted, they are very focused compared to some of the other application. They have a very specific niche. They understand the target audience are people who might be never done a private real estate altogether. Now, for people who invest in private real estate, they understand investing in real estate takes time. You don't put your money today and take it in a week or a month. It's not, most apps actually, or crowdfunding platform will require you from 3 to 5 years to hold your money before they allow you to withdraw it without any penalty. Again, you can get it earlier, but usually you're going to have to pay penalty for the company. Concrete will not charge you any fees actually if you withdraw after 1 year. So 1 year is actually very reasonable. If you decided to withdraw earlier, you still can get all of the money you actually invested. So all of your principal will come back. They will charge you some fees related to the dividend. So you are not gonna get all of your profit if you decided to withdraw before the 1 year time frame. As I highlighted, one of the stuff I didn't like about them is how long it takes to do the verification. It was frustrating for me. It takes them more than 3 weeks when I started. And they highlighted this doesn't always happen, but the company they are using right now, or at least that was the case in January, having some issues and they are moving to another company. I hope by the time I'm making this video, this issue is resolved. There's no guarantee. So I hope if you already, or if you're gonna join, please feel free to share your feedback, whether this issue has been addressed or not. I talked with the co-founder. He actually called me after this issue happened, and I had a really good conversation with him. He seems to be very knowledgeable about the real estate platform. Right now, the management team that are managing Concrete have done asset management for over $10 billion over, I guess, their time in the real estate market. So they have some good experience in the market. Now, one of the things I don't like about the platform is they don't show me completely what are they investing their money in. They show me some highlight, either existing project or a previous project where they invested money. For me, I love to know exactly where the money is invested. So, Fundrise, for example, will show you exactly how much they're investing where. I think this is the part they need to work on. I actually highlighted for them and they said they're planning to fix this issue. They're planning to provide more transparency. So I hope this will be coming in next. For now, this is kind of disappointing for me. I don't have that kind of information. Now, most real estate company will try to invest both in equity and debt. So equity, I buy properties, I rent them out, and after some time, the value of these properties go higher. I sell it out, and now I make more money. Some companies, and again, actually, same companies usually will try to also do debt, where they loan money to other people who want to build, multifamily housing, commercial places, sometimes even individuals. And once they give them the debt on fixed amount of money or in order to get a return, and once the debt will be back over months and they guarantee more of a fixed income return. Now, Concrete is focused completely in debt, so they are not doing any equity. Now, there's the pluses and minuses for that. Because of the structure they are doing only focus on debt, it means that they don't have assets that will depreciate over time, or you will not receive your appreciation value. So you are not buying a house today for $100,000, and if the market done really well, maybe your $100,000 in like 3-4 years is 120 or 150. They are focusing on fixed income, so they are giving debt. Let's say they're giving $100,000, they're gonna say, hey, we're gonna give it to you, give us 8% return on investment, and they have this fixed return. So the sad part is they don't have the equity portion. The good news is all of the debts they are making for the multifamily housing, for the commercial places, are asset-backed loans. So they are not giving the money, and God forbid if that company go bankrupt, they lose the money. They're actually giving loans secured, and this is good overall, because even if that company went bankrupt, God forbid, they will still be able to get their money back once they sell this property. So they are actually, I like what I like about it. It's good even for maybe bad timing, or when the market is bad, or let's say a recession. Debt is good because it keeps the company floating with an incoming cash. It also helps the fact that they are trying to always do a redemption of 10%, I think, every month. That's a huge redemption. So if I told them, guys, lovely application, but I need my money back, I believe they would redeem as much as 10% of the outstanding share. So let's say they have 100 people using the app, and every user have one share. Again, just an example. If 15 people asked for selling their own share back to the company, they will be able to redeem up to 10%. Now, I know if you are not expert with the real estate and they have not done any of any real estate investment, this may not sound good, but for real estate, this is very high. Usually nobody do for you the 10% redemption. And again, I think it's monthly basis, so it's actually considered very good if you are investing in real estate. They are allowing you to, get the dividend on weekly basis. So every Friday, I think somewhere around Eastern, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., they will update your account with how much dividend you earn this week. Their target is updated on a weekly basis as well. So I'm loving the idea that everything seems to be based on weekly basis. Your return on investment, usually whatever they announce you earn in Friday will be reinvested for you the next Monday. So the weekly period is actually very good for small investors. Again, my highlight, if you're going to invest in Concrete, do not invest money you cannot lose. It's always the rule when you're doing any investment, really pretty much anywhere. The other thing is, don't put money you believe you're going to need in the short term. So here's my example. If you have $1,000 in your investment, or like in your saving account, and you believe $100 you will never withdraw it for the next year or so, it's okay to take that money and put in a company like Concrete. A year from now, if you decided to withdraw it, there is no penalties for you whatsoever. Now, I believe they have a management fee, if I'm not mistaken, it around 1%. It's not coming out of your pocket, it's more of the portfolio itself. Right now, their target is around 5.47 as of the time I'm making this video. It's considered the last historical ROI. I'm gonna say 5.47 is not high. Again, I'm using some other private REIT application that's giving me targets as much as 10% to 8%. I am hoping with time they are able to increase this one, because again, with depth, especially for real estate, 10% is not unheard of. You should be able to do this kind of investment. Now, I want to go back to the highlight portion in the app itself. Also, if you go to the app and you check some of these highlighted property, they can show you information how much the property was, how much investment they made. Again, it depends on the highlight. Some of them, even did it end, how long the whole thing lasted, and all of this information, which is good, but they still need to come to the level where they provide me full transparency. What are the assets they have right now? How much outstanding loans? So I can feel how strong this company is. So they are giving me a little bit of historical information, which is important for any REIT company, but they are not giving me enough. So I'm looking forward for them to, bring that transparency and show pretty much all of us how this really do. Now, I'm pretty sure as you see this video, some of you, if you have watched my Happynest review as well, you can see Concrete and Happynest seems to be targeting the same audience. Micro real estate, people can start from as little as $1 or $5. It's really not a huge amount of money. You're not shielding off a few $1,000s to invest, right? And my perspective, they are very close. Just one of them trying to do equity, another one trying to do debt. And for that reason, I signed up for both applications in January around the same time, and I'm gonna leave a link as well for my Happynest review if you haven't seen it in the description. I bought $30 in January. In February, I bought $20 in each, and I'm planning to raise them a little bit, and I want to see how my performance will do in both applications. Now, my first comparison between the two apps will take place next month, so stay tuned for that one, where I'm going to show you exactly how much return I made on both applications. Now, the reason I'm waiting for next month is because Happynest does not declare the actual dividend until the end of quarter, which is technically what most REITs do. So Concrete have an advantage on this portion where they do it for you on a quarterly basis. But again, Each one has its own focus, each one has its own potential, and I will make sure you will be able to see how well each one of them will perform if you are a long-term investor. And you can decide which one, maybe if you decided even to sign up for both, which one on the long term might be paying off more for you. So stay tuned for that video. Now, one thing I want to highlight also as well for Concreit that I love the most about the application is the chat support available in the app. So literally, if I need to contact them, I need to do any chat support, I'm one click away from reaching out to them and have a conversation. They are available through working hours, through days, I believe from 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. If you left them a message and they are not online, they will just reply to you, I guess, next day by email and by the chat itself. So this is very important for me to be able to communicate. I know most of the private REITs don't provide you this much transparency. Again, Happynest and Concreit, because they are new and they target small investors, they understand the importance of this. So I love this feature. Another thing I want to highlight for Concreit, which I love about the app, if you go in the homepage when you download the app, as you start investing 1 week after another, 1 month after another, you will be able to see how your performance done every month, which is great for people who are, want to see how well can they do in the long term. Now, honestly, I believe Concreit is not only good for people who are new to real estate, but also people who are looking for diversification. For me, because I'm trying to build that passive income, I want to diversify as many applications as I can. So even God forbid if something happened or in bad economy, some of them did not do so well, I still have that passive income coming from another source and making up for the one that's not doing well. Again, I think Concreit also is a great tool. If let's say you are invested in big companies like Realty Moguls, Fundrise, and you wonder if you should invest in Concreit, consider as well if you want to use it for one of your kids. I think this is a really lovely for children who want to start learning the value of money. Because think about it, for a long time, if you want to have your kid learn about value of money, you would set up for him a lemonade location, lemonade place to sell lemonade outside for $1 a cup or something. Today we can teach our kids how to do saving money. Instead of creating just a saving boring account, they can literally start this application with $5. Add $1 or $2 whenever they can. I mean, I think this is add a lot of value to help even the kids to think about investment on the long term. So this is one thing I love about Concreit overall. Again, Concreit, as any other app, have its pros and cons. They haven't been long around in the market. That's a disadvantage. Right now, the process that took a little bit long is disadvantage. But other than that, my current overview of the application, it's a very solid application, and I really see the value of adding it to my portfolio. So stay tuned for its comparison with Happynest. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like our video and share it if you like it yourself. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification button in order to stay updated with more tools that will help you build your passive income and your wealth. Thank you very much and stay tuned with Mr.